What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the 7 redemptive gifts of the Holy Spirit. Now, it's important to know that every single person watching this possesses at least one of them. In my opinion, I think that we all possess a small percentage of each one. So the 7 gifts are: number 1, the prophet; number 2, the servant; number 3, the teacher; number 4, the exhorter; number 5, the giver; number 6, the ruler; and number 7, the mercy, or the gift of mercy. Now let's begin with the prophet. The prophet tends to see things in black and white, right and wrong. They are very committed to truth, and if it is right and God has said it, the prophet is committed to go regardless of whether anybody follows. They usually take initiative and enjoy things that are new. They do a terrible job of maintaining things. They process things quickly, and they have an opinion on almost everything, and they're quick to share it. Now, they judge and evaluate everything, even situations that don't necessarily belong to them. Now, what are the weaknesses to the prophet? 1, they can be very judgmental. They can be critical towards others and even more critical of themselves. 2, they can be very unforgiving, not willing to overlook the failures and weaknesses of others. And 3, they can be non-relational. They tend to value principles and truth over intimacy. This is why they can have intimacy issues with the Father. Moving on to gift number 2, the servant. They're oftentimes a team player, and they really don't care about building their own kingdom. They want to help others build theirs. They find it hard to accept excellence in their work, to affirm themselves, or even receive affirmation from others, and they tend to find something to apologize for when they probably didn't do anything wrong. Another weakness for the servant is, again, they battle for self-worth. They don't see the innate value, and they don't believe God's truth about themselves. And they also tend to worry and have anxiety. They take on other people's problems and worries about the problem. Gift number 3, the teacher. The teacher needs to validate truth for himself or herself. It is at the core of who they are. They love knowledge. They do not receive new things immediately, and they like to look at things from different angles. Now, they usually have a deep commitment to family and tradition, and they're seen as safe people because they are patient with those in sin. They're even willing to lay out the whole picture and allow the other person to choose to do what is right and to be reconciled. Now, some of the weaknesses for the teacher are as follows. They're passive, so they're unwilling to stand firm in what they believe. They kind of let people walk and run all over them. They also seem to procrastinate. One side of their life might look great and fantastic, while the other side looks bad. Maybe they are over analytical in the classroom, but their garage is a mess. Gift number 4, the exhorter. Now, I know we all know a person like this. The exhorter has the ability to cross every social barrier, including religious, political, etc. They can just talk to anybody, they light up the room, and they are people. They're also capable of having disagreements without alienating others, and they're skilled in creating and sustaining relationships at all costs. Of course, they enjoy being around people. They're extroverted, outgoing. They're always looking for a party, someplace to happen. They have fear of missing out, also known as FOMO. And some of their weaknesses is the fact that they are people pleasers. They're unwilling to confront because of the fear of rejection. Or they might have poor time management, and they tend to take on too much at one time. Moving on to gift number 5, the giver, or the gift of giving. Now, these people are usually very independent. They stand alone, and they do not look to other people for help, and sometimes not even God. They want to empower others to do the work of evangelism for them. They give well and wisely, but not necessarily impulsively, and they tend to be very frugal with family members, which can cause friction, and they may tend to see money as a source of security. Now, some of the weaknesses for the exhorter is the fact that they are overly independent. This means that they do not need others. They feel like they do not need others. They feel like they may not even need God. Also, they struggle with hypocrisy. They may appear to do the right thing, but may not deeply pursue holiness internally. And they also could struggle with control and manipulation. They desire to control based on fear of the unknown and risk, and they try to manipulate God and people. Number 6, the gift of ruling, or the ruler. Now, these people tend to thrive under pressure and put the people around them in a good situation. They value loyalty much more than anything else. Oftentimes, they take a vision and put together an effective plan, and they do not look to others for solutions. They find their own solution to their own problems, and they do not look for help. Now, some of the weaknesses for the ruler is the fact that they might struggle with insensitivity. Since they are goal-oriented, they may fail to nurture those around them. They also struggle with ethics and integrity. As long as the job gets done, that's all they care about. Now, this could be at the expense of someone's physical or mental and emotional health. And lastly, the gift of mercy. Now, these type of people get along with everybody pretty easily, and they rarely have enemies. From the public eye, they are admired and respected, and they tend to be a safe person for those who are hurt, and they can make everyone feel safe. They can be approached by complete strangers, and they can take initiative towards the hurt ones, and they know who is feeling rejected or hurt. Now, these people crave intimacy of soul and physical touch, and they desire hugs and physical contact. Now, some of the weaknesses for the gift of mercy would be impurity. The desire for intimacy and physical touch is so strong that it may lead to impurity. They're also called enablers. They want to protect others from pain, even at the cost of their own mental health or physical health. They may let somebody use and abuse them while not saying anything because they don't want to cut that bridge. Now again, each one of you watching this has one of these gifts. Now, it's up to you to whether or not you use it for good or evil. Some people use their gifts for evil. For example, Hitler was a great ruler or a great leader, but he was a terrible person morally. So he used his gift for evil. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to tell me what gift you are, and peace.